One Piece chapter 1026 is out and let's talk about it. On the cover page we see Nami and Leo fitting clothes for a young lion mink. Nami seems to be running a high fashion store. The words on the banner haute couture mean high fashion in French. The lion also reminds me of Peckham's. I wonder what happened to him after he betrayed Big Mom. So the chapter starts off with a reminder that the Fire Festival is still going on in the flower capital. Tenguyama is looking after Toko. She seems to be doing better now, and the festival is distracting her from Yasue's death. Onigashima is quite close to the flower capital now, and its shadow can be seen lurking above. I think within the next few chapters the people of the flower capital will start evacuating once they realize Onigashima is above them. On the rooftop, Luffy and Momo are facing Kaido and one of the Marys is commentating. We don't know the name of this Mary since Ba Huang was defeated by Usopp and Cayman Lady's whereabouts are unknown. This Mary has been following the action on the rooftop. In terms of morale, this Mary is doing more damage to the Beast Pirates than the Alliance. He openly states that Yamato is fighting for the enemy side and that Straw Hat Luffy, who was declared defeated in chapter 1014, is alive and back in the fight. This boosts the Alliance morale and reinvigorates them. We cut away to some key characters like Big Mom. She's a bit beaten down and bleeding, so Kid and Law are doing some damage. I mentioned this in my previous video on chapter 1025, but I really want to see more of this fight. I think Kid and Law's abilities complement each other and they can deal major damage if they just work together. We've seen how competent they are in chapter 1009 when they disposed of Zeus and pushed Big Mom off Onigashima. We get some action panels. Luffy uses Elephant Gun on Kaido from the air, so this attack was similar to the one from Act 1 in Kuri when Luffy first fought Kaido. Momo is still nervous and he doesn't know how to fight in his dragon form, so he just starts biting Kaido. It looks like Momo's bite is able to pierce Kaido's scales and do some damage. This kind of reminded me of Pokemon where Gyarados uses bite and it's super effective. So Kaido and Momo are carbon copies of each other except for the color. So would Momo be able to replicate Kaido's ability like Boro Breath and use lightning and wind attacks? If Momo is able to master his Devil Fruit along with his swordsmanship, he would be deadly and may even surpass Oden in the future. Momo gains a bit of confidence after biting Kaido, and Luffy encourages him to stop Onigashima from falling onto the flower capital. I just want to take a moment to appreciate how much Momo has grown in just Act 3 of Wano. Initially he was afraid of his Kozuki heritage. For his entire life, Momo was in Oden's shadow. He was only viewed as the son of Oden, but he is slowly starting to separate from that and is becoming his own man. Momo will carve out his own legacy and the people of Wano will witness that. Inuarashi and Nekomamushi are still fighting Jack and Perospero. Both of them were out of their Sulong form temporarily because the moon was hidden by Kaido's storm clouds. Once the moon became visible again, they both used Oden one sword style to finish off their opponents. It was a nice homage to Oden and is a poetic way to end their fights. I was a little bit disappointed we didn't get to see more of the fight, especially considering that Jack is an all-star. I thought he would get more panel time. Jack has been on a losing streak ever since he decided to fight Sengoku and Fujitora. He lost to the Navy, then to Zunisha, he got sliced up by Ashura Doji, and got overwhelmed by the Minks in their Sulong form. He lost to Inu and Neko on top of the rooftop and was finally beaten this chapter. If this is the end for Jack, you have to respect his endurance and perseverance. Since Jack has been defeated, we'll probably move on to Queen and King next. I'm excited to see Zoro and Sanji in action. We also learned that Orochi is still alive. It's kind of become a gag at this point. No matter how many times his head is sliced off, he just keeps coming back. Orochi is kind of like a cockroach and you can't get rid of him. I left the best for last. The highlight of this chapter is definitely Luffy and Kaido splitting the heavens. This was an amazing moment and is a representation of how far Luffy has come. So Kaido and Luffy clash with their Conqueror's Haki just like in chapter 10-11. The only difference is that this time the skies split. The list of people that have split the heavens is extremely short. Whitebeard, Shanks, Kaido, Big Mom, and now Luffy. In terms of strength, Luffy is an emperor. Luffy's rate of growth is just insane. He was one-shotted by Kaido in chapter 923. Now 103 chapters later, Luffy is splitting the sky. Luffy's growth has always been exponential, and his ability to adapt in battle is one of the most consistent elements throughout the story. Luffy may not be the smartest, but he is a genius at combat. He always adapts to his opponent, whether that be against Crocodile by using water or his own blood. Against Enel, he used his resistance against electricity ability and the conductivity of the golden ball to his advantage. Luffy developed Gear 2 and Gear 3 to match Lucci's speed and power. Same with Doflamingo. Gear 4 made Luffy faster and stronger. He learnt advanced observation to match Katakuri's fighting style. So in order to beat Kaido, Luffy needed to master Conqueror's Haki coding, and him splitting the heavens is an illustration of his growth. Just looking at this moment in a vacuum is amazing, but if you look at it from the lens of the entire series, Luffy has grown so much, from just a boy in a barrel to an emperor who can clash with the world's strongest creature. Luffy continues to improve at an alarming rate, and this panel reminds me of Kaido's words from chapter 1001. Just how high will your ceiling go? I'm excited to find out. But that's it from me. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.